Hi everyone, my name is Yukari and I will be making daily process videos for the month of July as I sketch in my Hobonichi Techo for World Watercolor Month. So let's get started. Today is day 11 of World Watercolor Month and the prompt is Abrupt. And I wasn't quite sure what to do, but decided on the theme of things that goes by quickly. And so I am going to be painting California poppies, which grow fairly quickly. And then also if you pick them, the petals fall out almost immediately. I guess they just are meant to be kept in the field. And my journaling theme is also about time passing quickly. So let's get started. And here are my supplies for today. As usual, I'm going to be using a large round brush and a small round brush. And California poppies are yellow and orange. So I am using Hansa Yellow Light. It's kind of a lemony yellow. And I mixed an orange with that same yellow and Pyrrol Crimson, which is kind of a cooler red. And I'm also using Sap Green. And a little bit of Cobalt Blue for the background. And there it is. So today I am going to be using a looser technique and wet the page. So I have to use this blotting paper in between my previous pages so that wetness from the current page is not going to reactivate my, my painting from before. And so sometimes when I forget to do that, the pages will get stuck together. And so, yeah, I want to definitely avoid that. So I'm going to start out by wetting my page lightly, and then I'm going to be using a little Cobalt Blue to resemble, I guess, the sky. And my paintbrush is not all that wet because remember on Tomoe River paper, paint just pools if it's too wet. And so I just want the color just to be loose and free to move around, but not pull so much. Adding the Hansa Yellow Light. This is a very cool yellow. And I'm not quite letting the two areas touch yet. I've added a little bit of that Pyrrol Crimson to make that orangey color. And yeah, so now I'm connecting the two areas. And I'm going to pick up a little more crimson. And then the final paint that I'm going to add to the background is, excuse me, Sap Green, because that's where, you know, the stems and I guess the leaf part will be. And I'm going to blot out a lot of this so that I can paint. Just taking a little napkin to blot out the colors and just generally removing the wetness. So it's still moist, I suppose, but not wet. And I can definitely feel the coolness of the water on the previous page. And that's enough to activate the paint on the other pages too. All right, so I'm going to start with the Hansa Yellow Light to create this upside down triangle shape for the poppy. And so I'm going to create 3 main blooms, 2 that are just kind of starting to bloom, And yeah, that's why I'm creating this inverted triangle shape here. And I'm going to do another one. And then, excuse me, and then third one, I'm going to try to make it a little more open. And so for the first poppy, I just picked up the crimson and painted right on top. I didn't mix the crimson with the yellow yet. This is just crimson straight. And dotting in some colors and let the pigment bleed into each other. And then the second one, I did mix the crimson with the yellow to create that orange first. And for the third poppy, I wanted to create a petal that's in front of the flower. So you'll see me trying to just put the orangey color there, and that's going to represent the petal that's coming towards us. And yeah, I'm going to add a little more lighter orangey color to different parts, and outlining a bit so you can see the shape a little bit better. And I'm going to be adding a little more yellow to this area here. So I think I just picked up some yellow. And I'm going to try to define a little bit more of the petals. And the painting is still relatively wet. So even when I'm just kind of gently outlining petal shapes here, the colors will diffuse a little bit. And yeah, I'm just kind of playing around, trying to define some areas. It's hard for me not to overwork my painting. And so I'm stepping back, looking at it to see if I need to add a little more color here or there. I'm going to also add some lightly washed yellow to represent other poppies in the field that are just less defined. So these are going to fade in the background a little bit. And I will add a little bit of orange. So now I'm going to be working on the stems, and I switched brushes because I'm really bad at using the very tip of my big brush to create these. And you'll see in just a second when I did that, you could see the thicker sort of line instead of, I want it to be really thin, just like that. And I'm adding, just dotting, I guess, a little bit more of that green at the stem so that the color can bleed for a little shadow. And I'm going to add just more stems lightly in the background. And that is my painting. All right, here is my completed page. Today I journaled a little bit about time and how quickly time passes. You think you have a lot of time to do all these things, but looking back, it just really goes by quickly. And so, yeah, that is it for today. So we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching.